Hello everyone, I hope you're well. I'm back with another video, this time Halloween themed. I'll be showing you how to do an evil fairy makeup look and also some DIY items you can make for it yourself. Starting with the blood drip choker, I'll first of all be measuring around my neck and then marking that down on baking paper. You'll see throughout this video that I use a lot of hot glue just because it's cheap and easy to use. I'm creating a line of blood across the baking paper, and when it cools it'll be really easy to peel off. Next I'll be making some simple earrings, so I've just got some red thread there that I'm going to put through some little golden hooks and some random beads I had lying around, and then I'm going to create a little blood shaped drop out of hot glue and put the thread through that. Don't worry if any of the hot glue shapes turn out a bit dodgy, because you can always cut them with scissors once they're cooled. I wanted to create a large pendant to wear. This could also be a brooch if you wanted it to be. For pretty much everything here, I'm just using bits and pieces I have at home, so don't be afraid to change up anything that I'm doing here to suit what you have, and don't be afraid to be creative with it. I'm just hot gluing a really rough shape here and then sticking the little pieces into it, and then once it's all cooled I'll be able to cut it to the correct shape. I'm also cutting the earrings into the correct shape as well. I thought I'd add another element to this costume and make a wand, so I just found this stick outside, and I'm just wrapping some thin fleece around the handle just to make it a little bit thicker. I'm using hot glue to add a curl around the stick, and this just brings in another texture to the wand. I also used this cord to wrap around the base of the wand that had a feather and some beads, but you can just use wool if you want. Moving on to the horns, I'll be using mostly alfoil for this. I'm scrunching up some newspaper to put in the alfoil and then rolling that up, and then shaping it according to the shape I want for the horns. This does take a little bit of playing around with, so just be patient with it and try and get your horns to look as similar as each other as possible. And then taking a large piece of alfoil, folding that into little strips and wrapping that around the horns. I find that this step just evens out the horns a little bit and makes it ready to put masking tape over the top of it. I'm then covering it all in masking tape. There are a bunch of different ways to make horns, but because I'm going for a natural and rough look for this costume, this way works best for me, and it's just the cheapest and easiest way. As I did with the wand, I'm just making this curling pattern around the horn for just a little bit more texture. Now I'm just going to hot glue them to a black headband because I'll be wearing a black wig, and then I'm grabbing a scrap bit of EVA foam just to make sure it's securely attached, and then using masking tape to hide this. Throughout this process, I'm trying the horns on and off just to make sure they're sitting where I want them to sit. To attach the choker, I'm using a large needle to poke through the hot glue and then using gold jump rings to put them together and attach the findings. I'm using Mod Podge to prime everything I've just made, and this just holds everything together and allows the paint to go on nicely. You can also use wood glue or whatever primer you'd prefer. Once everything is primed and ready, I'm going in with a red paint. For this costume, I'll be sticking with mostly red and black colours. Everything needs at least 2 layers of paint, so I'm starting off with a plain red colour. I wanted the wand to have a gradient colour, so I'm just starting with a darker colour there, and that is just a mixture of red and black paint. For my next layer on all of my items, I'm going in with a slightly darker red colour. And then I'm also adding a nice gradient to my horns as well. I apply one of the darker layers and then the next colour, and then I use another brush to blend the colours together. I do a similar thing for all the other pieces and add in some darker colours. I already had this dress from an old cosplay, but you can just find a cheap red one from an op shop and then just tear it apart. I originally used paint on it, but then I just added some more black spray paint. I wanted something to wear around my waist, so I just grabbed these 3 different ribbons and plaited them. I found these super cheap blow-up wings from a cheap shop, and then I just painted them with a gradient and attached them with safety pins to my dress. I also attached a jump ring to my pendant the same way as the necklace and just used a cord to hold it. I'm wearing a short black wig that I styled roughly, and I'm just pinning it back to get ready for makeup. I already have my base on, and if you have red contacts, put them in now. Otherwise, I'm just going in with a red eyeshadow all over my eyes. And I'm bringing it down slightly and up towards my eyebrows. I use the same colour on my cheeks. I brush a little bit of the colour on my nose and also above my lips. Using a copper red colour, I bring that on the creases of my eyes, and then I use a black eyeshadow to lightly line my eyes and my lower lash line. I blend the eyeshadow out and use the copper red colour to lightly contour my nose. I go in with a black pencil liner to prepare my eyes for false lashes. add some black eyeshadow on my eyebrows while I wait for my lashes to get tacky. Once my big lashes have been applied, I go in with a bit more red and then also darken up my lash line a little bit. I finish contouring my face and add a little bit of highlighter. I add some freckles with a black liquid liner to help with the fairy look. Of course, I have to add some blood red lipstick to finish off the look. I add on all of the accessories I made and also some pointed ears. Now it's time to put on an evil grin and steal any mischievous children. Thank you and have a spooky Halloween.